So I think I kind of just had like a little epiphany or whatever, but I think one of the things that I've been living in cognitive dissonance about is that I tell myself consciously that I don't care what people think about me, but the truth is that like there's a lot of social situations like my job and my mom friends, like my son's friends moms and stuff like that, like people that I am forced into like interactions with daily where I just kind of like have to be this polite, normal, socially acceptable version of myself that makes small talk about the weather and things I don't really care about. And like, I mean, I understand that like on one hand, we all have to kind of do these things to like survive in a a world where there's unspoken social contracts, right? But at the same time too, like where do we draw the line, because surely it's a spectrum or gradient of like how much of ourselves we sacrifice in order to fit in. And I like to think of myself consciously as like someone who is willing to go against the grain, to stay true to myself. But then at the same time, too, I have to put on this like mask of myself so often throughout my day. When I go to the grocery store, when I do school drop off and pick up, when I'm at work, and it's like, I guess I haven't really acknowledged just how fake I guess it makes me feel. But at the same time too, it's like what else is the option? To just like, I don't know, be seen as like a weird outcast, like socially not have a sales job. I don't know. Or I can take this as like an opportunity to try and make sure I'm being like my realist self when I have to have the forced social interaction, basically. And not that like it's all bad or anything like that. There's a lot of pleasant, forced social interactions that I have because I'm able to put on this version of myself that is more palatable to the average human. When the reality is, like, I would just love someone to like sit and talk with me about how like if like there were neurological signs of like being able to interact with like paranormal or psychic entities, like what would it be like? Because I personally feel like gray matter, like amount or density or structure, will be involved because we've seen in people who are diagnosed with schizophrenia, when we do brain scans on them, they have, I believe it's less gray matter in their brain. And so I have my own personal theory about how schizophrenia is being immersed in multiple realities and being unable to discern which one your physical body's living in. And so, yeah, I want to talk about weird shit like that. And you can't do that at the school pickup because people want to talk about how cold it is or how warm it is or the school events. And yeah, that's fine too. I like catching up with people, but sometimes it's hard doing small talk for me. It's tiring is what it is. Whereas like conversations about things I'm interested in like light me up, and that's part of why I'm doing this channel too, just to be able to talk about things I want to talk about, because I don't really have that in real life to do all the time. I used to give my son random wild lectures, and then I started to see his eyes glaze over. So I was like, I better not do this if I want him to listen to me. Otherwise, he's just gonna grow like immune to the sound of my voice. So here's this instead. I think it's a good coping skill and alternative, but yeah, I just, I don't know. I think that this is what I think it's maybe not just like one thing either. Like I think I'm gonna be going through, and I am going through this period in my life where I'm bringing the subconscious into the conscious awareness, and I can't really do it all. So maybe some people can, but I feel like it's a slow bit by bit process, like plucking your eyebrows or something. You just got to do one hair at a time, and So that's what I'll do, because it's interesting just like having these like almost epiphanies or like moments of gnosis or self realization where I can see myself a bit more clearly, and it's useful. But I think, having to see yourself super clearly all the time can also like drive you a little neurotic. So it's good it comes in bits. Um, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to record this, and I'm gonna hop off. Bye.